This is my 1984 Ford LTD. Here's how I got it, and here's what we done to it. Build is pretty simple. Got the car running and driving, everything in it. Had the Holly dash in it, Holly HP. Already had the LS swap in it, Turbo 400. Pretty much a running and driving car. Besides the engine having a low oil pressure, that was due, coming to find out, was a bad cam bearing that spun. Here it is, a video from the previous owner that they sent me when it had good oil pressure. I was like, man, this car is so cool, I just had to have it. And that's what we did. Ended up going to Ohio and picking it up. So here it is, pretty much how I got it. Here's my friend Matt, who came with us, driving the trailer, bringing it back home to Wisconsin. And this is where the build starts. Of course, you gotta have a big old turbo for it. Ended up taking out the engine and transmission. I put my engine and transmission in it from my Fox Body Mustang that I had that was nitrous. And of course, the only thing that really changed on it was the cam to make it a turbo engine. Here are the plethora of parts that we have to make fit, put it all together, and get a running car again. Got the turbo kit made, all that stuff. This is the oil pan, just cleaning it up, making sure it's all nice and ready to go. Clean out the threads for the flex plate to go on. Got the oil pickup tube on, got the balancer on, and it's pretty much all set to go. Here's the BTR intake I used. I want to do something to keep the stock hood. I'd have to run like a cowl or anything like that. I wanted to keep a low profile. The back had a hole in it, so I decided to just put a dummy map sensor in there just to keep it plugged up. Then we have the top port that goes straight to the brake booster. 60 millimeter Turbo Smart wastegate. That's the wiring for the map sensor that we had. Rewire, scaling from low dollar. Of course, you got to have the labels. 10 GPM air motive. That's Matt down there grinding away, trying to make room for the the fittings in the fuel tank. Fuel lines ran, fuel wiring done as well. Got all mounted up. Really didn't have to do too much fuel plumbing. I reused the feed line that they had on the car, which was an 8AN, and I just ran a 10AN for the feed, and came out perfect. Finished up some wiring. Of course, got the performance transmissions that's still in there. Mating it up with the engine. T-side flex plate, of course. I got a PTC 17.0 converter in there. Dropped it on in. Everything mocked up for the first time. Turbo on, hot side on. Actually felt pretty amazing for the first time. Didn't have to redo anything. This is my oil drain fitting coming on off the turbo. It's not the greatest. We ran into some issues with it later. You'll probably see it as well. On the front here, we got the intercooler mocked up, nice and hidden. That's the way I like it. Looked real good in there. Have no problems with airflow really for it. Just, again, mocking everything up, getting it back on all together. This is the underneath side of the hot side. Looking real fancy. It actually goes together pretty easy. Finishing up some final touches with wiring, plumbing, stuff like that. Got the trans in. I needed to wire the trans brake on. That was super easy. It's a plug, positive, negative. Worked out pretty good. Now here's the issue we ran into with the turbo drain. We did a bunch of stuff, try to make it drain better because it kept smoking. That was the only issue we've really had. So I didn't realize how much of an angle it needed, but it needs a lot of angle for the drain. Of course, having the guys help me out was a huge help as well. Having everybody there, just an extra set of hands definitely helps. Got me up. I don't even know what the hell I was doing here. Probably fixing something I fucked up. Put lights in it. I love the under lights. Makes everything way easier to work on. Another picture of the drain. Just trying some different ideas. This is a video just making sure that the turbo was getting oil, pumping it out. I was actually surprised how much oil that thing drained and how fast it drained. I thought it would be like a small trickle, but they actually have pressure behind it. Of course, you got to have the interior lights as well. I just put some LED light strips on top. Put on a switch, makes it super simple and easy to see at night. It's me wiring up the headlights, trying to figure out what goes where and all that. Of course, making a fool of myself. Headlights are working. Rerunning some wires up top had to do. None of these are in particular order, but still working on it, trying to get everything fixed, figured out. I don't know what we're doing here, but probably something with a turbo drain, I'm assuming. This is my alternator setup, which it's impossible to find an alternator setup that works. So I kind of had to make some stuff up, and I didn't realize how much pressure is on these damn belts. And when they turn, there's definitely a lot of pressure. But this is kind of my first idea, but this definitely did not work. Definitely went through 2 or 3 different kinds of setups on this to figure out which one would actually work. There's my friend Matt, always down to help. Finishing up some wiring behind the dash. Matt got Matt over here filling up fuel. What do we got here? Yeah, that's more of a newer version that I have. I think I still rock that version. That's me cooling down. Girl from Katarina changing tires, getting ready for the dyno. Here's one of the first startups of the car. Just trying to get the tune right, trying to make sure that got the right cam stuff in, the right crane stuff in. I think I had it backwards at first. I think I had a 24 tooth and I had a 58 on there. It was one of the first ones that, first time it started. Of course, it's going to be the fuel's going to be all off. I don't know what the idle air is going to be. You got Kyle that just loves the smell of the 85. Got to run it with the longer deck and put it on the right side, but end up cleaning it up a little bit, and we had this spool test. As you can see, a little smoke. And it was just backing up in the turbo, burning up the exhaust. Here it is after a couple spools, and the oil just sitting in there out of the V-band and just fucking cooking. Definitely did a lot of trans brake tests. It's insane that transmission's been in there for like almost 3 years now. And out of all the trans brake tests, all the launches, all the spools, it hasn't gave up. I was completely impressed by doing another trans brake test to figure out if we fixed the oiling issue, and it's definitely way better, but it's definitely not completely fixed. Got out the shop for the first time, letting it idle, taking it around the block, and then hopping on the dyno and read some plugs. As you can see from that first pull, the oiling issue was definitely not fixed with some real load on it. It has a strap on it and looks pretty good on timing. Happy with that. Jake definitely helped me out a lot with it. So let's take it for a rip. And here it is today. Alternator bracket is mint. It has a 4.8 in it now instead of my good 6 liter, just because it's getting rebuilt. And the new downpipe and a new turbo definitely helped it wake it up a lot. I went from a GT55 with a 1.12 AR to a GT55 with a 1.39 AR. Definitely helped with the back pressure, and along with the 4-inch downpipe going to a 5-inch downpipe, definitely helped as well.